Froft, Chicago's talk leader, 89 WLS.
9:29. Jake Hartford and John Cass.
In for Bruce and Dan.
Hey, how about those White Sox, huh? It's over.
It's never say that, although no one ever expected them to be in it. Okay, let's be honest. So they're played great, and they're not playing great. What do they lose? 11 out of the last.
They have been in first place since July 23rd.
Can't go.
Now there's 7 games left, and they're 1 game behind. And they've lost 6 out of 7. It's ever since they announced the playoff tickets were going on sale last Friday. They've been losing except for 1 game.
I noticed that, and I was hoping that the Fire, which is all trying to get in, and they're going to be in the playoffs, announced their playoff tickets as well. And I'm thinking, guys, maybe we shouldn't wait till everything's good before you announce that.
Anyway,
it's like kind of jinxing it.
Anyway, that's kind of depressing this morning. But we have an answer. The government is roaring back. The kids are boycotting their school lunches. Well, the government has a solution. And these are the same people who want to run our health care. We'll talk about that and more. It's 9:30 right now on 89 WLS. Time for you.
Your common sense election headquarters, 89 WLS.
9:37. You know what today is? Today's Thursday, and that means the WS box office opens every Thursday, giving you a chance to win tickets to an upcoming show or event. Later today, we have your chance to win a pair of tickets to see Chris Isaak on Saturday, November 24th at the Chicago Theater, courtesy of Nightlight Promotions. Tickets are on sale now at all Ticketmaster outlets and online at Ticketmaster.com.
Hooray!
Jake Hartford, John Cass. In for Bruce and Dan.
Jake, I'm hungry. I feel like a snack.
Before we move on to other things, we've been talking about how the new law that was signed into law in December 2010 and is being fully implemented this year in schools, the lunch program, which is to cut down calories and eat healthier.
It's basically starve the kids so they'll lose weight.
A maximum
by
of
Michelle Obama.
Yeah, maximum of 650 calories for elementary school kids. Middle schoolers are 750. High schoolers are at 850. And students around the country are boycotting the food.
I'm just telling you that last night on their soccer team, the boys had a pig roast. Okay, so after they ate everything else, then they ate an entire pig. And when you have teenage boys, they get hungry, Mrs. Obama. They're not just sitting down.
Well, DCFS is going to visit you.
Come on. Bring it.
So 3 things with the food. Number 1, it doesn't taste good. Number 2, the kids say there's not enough of the food. And number 3, it's overpriced. They've raised the prices.
Number 4, they throw out the food that they have to take that they don't like. And number 5, they don't have anybody in the federal government who could cook because what do? Boil beef, chip beef, what?
And that's the point. They have to give them fruit and vegetables, and the kids have to take the fruit and vegetables. So that counts as part of the calories, even though the kids are throwing the fruit and vegetables away, okay?
Now this Secretary of Agriculture, Tom Vilsack, is coming up with the idea. Let's have snacks, parents. Why don't you augment our meager diet that we're giving your children? In other words, put a couple sandwiches in there, right?
Rather than revise the guidelines and what they're serving, they're just going to say, well, okay, $8.50 is the maximum, but have the kids bring a snack. And we're going to count the $8.50 as if the kids had the $8.50.
Now, the only mistake with this ridiculous story is that the people who wrote it did not research far enough and go back to the picture of Vilsack in a Winnie the Pooh costume, which I used in a column about him a while back in that Shirley Sherrod controversy. He's wearing a Winnie the Pooh costume on his head, and it looks basically like Winnie the Pooh is giving birth to the Secretary of Agriculture. Which I thought would be a good, illustrator of this problem.
So their solution are snacks. Now, I found a great snack that they can give the kids.
Beef sandwiches?
No, KFC in Japan. Different McDonald's and KFCs, they all do different things depending on the country.
Raw chicken wrapped in lettuce leaves?
This is not a bad one, John. What? You should try this when you get home to your test kitchen.
I love Japanese food.
What they do, it's a bacon potato fritter. It's called the Colonel's Bacon Potato Fritter. It's mashed potatoes mixed with bacon bits, herbs and sour cream.
And wasabi sauce.
They don't have that in there. Then they batter it and they deep fry it. Doesn't that yum, yum, yum?
That sounds like it'll get you through at least, it'll get a teenager at least through an hour without wanting to eat again.
Well, but it is a snack. They have that going for you.
What a meltdown, okay? The fact is they starve the children revolt, now he says bring snacks.
Yeah.
Okay. Why don't they privatize the or how about this? You don't want the kids to get fat, you know what you do? Give them cigarettes. Okay?
Gosh.
You know, here's have a couple Camel filters, kid, and you won't want to in a black coffee and a newspaper, and you won't want to eat that fried food. How's that?
And
it's cheaper, and it subsidizes, the tobacco states.
And the other thing they're asking the parents to do is have their kids maybe bring their own lunch, bring extra to eat. But it doesn't have to defeat the whole purpose.
You miss the whole thing. Then they're going to have inspectors who will inspect it and take credits away if they have a banana.
Yeah.
Or a ho-ho.
Now, that's the lunch program. On a real serious note, the Postal Service, they say, is probably going to default this week on a $5.6 billion obligation to pre-fund their retirees' health benefits. This will be the second one in a couple months. The other one was 5.5 last month, $5.5 billion. And Congress is making them stick to the budget.
Congressmen are basically acting like Spaniards and Greeks now.
Well, actually, this is the Congress back in 2006 mandated this. This Congress is trying to get rid of that. Here's what the U.S. Postal Service lost. They lost $5.2 billion in the third quarter of fiscal 2012, which is a little over $2 billion more than they lost during the same period in 2011.
But does that count all the cash that people take out of the Christmas cards?
Oh,
from grandma?
They don't do that.
Oh, yeah, right. Every year, the standard, look, you've done it, I've done it, standard story. Under the viaduct after Christmas, there will be the bags with the cards blowing away in the wind.
Okay.
Come on.
You're such a cynic.
I am not a cynic.
But maybe they just get rid of the Postal Service. People aren't writing enough letters.
Did you ever see The Postman? The movie with...
that was not well received.
A post-apocalyptic movie in which the postman was the hero, Jake. The postman rode a horse and basically rallied the people back to civilization. So don't start dissing the post office.
591-8900 is the phone number. Save the post office, STP.
If they ride a horse, then I'll support it.
944 back after this.
That's terrible.
89 WLS.
952. Jake Hartford with John Cass in for Bruce and Dan. Let's take a quick call, huh, John?
Yes, let's do it.
Ramona in Glen Ellen. Good morning, Ramona.
Good morning. How are you guys?
Ramona, did I ever date you when I was in college? Because I had a girlfriend named Ramona.
No.
Okay, let's go on. What's your question?
Anyway, no, it's more of a statement. I am a mom of a high school football player, and even this morning, he very seldom buys his lunch. He was running late. He did decide to buy his lunch, but he grabbed an apple, a banana, and two like cereal bars or granola bars.
Yeah, those power bar things.
I got news for you. If you're hungry and you're in high school and you can't figure out a solution to this problem...
Yeah, but I think...
It's not my obligation to feed every kid to their thing.
I understand, Ramona, but I think the problem is that the government has their solution, and if the kids aren't buying into it, then that's a lot of wasted money.
Of course, it's
do you have a lot of extra money?
Government.
But do you have a lot of extra money in your school district?
Do we have extra? Hell
yeah.
No. No, but the government the school district doesn't pay for lunches. A lot of that's government lunch program money.
Well, boy, it's real money.
Ramona, at your house, now Betty, cooks for two athletes as well. I wonder if you two guys had the boys all over together and you were cooking dinner for them, and they decided, you know what, I'll eat the chicken, but I'll throw away the green beans. What would you say? What would you and my wife say as they throw the green beans away?
You got to at least try the green beans, because I do have a picky eater. You got to at least try the green beans. You have to pick something else that's healthy. I don't care if it's a piece of fruit or something else. If you don't get anything else to, at least you eat something sort of balanced. And don't take it if it's on your plate. That's why we have so much waste. Why do they got to give it?
That's the point.
Yeah,
because they force the kids to take it to make their guidelines.
No, they don't force the kids to take it. You bring a lunch.
All right,
Okay.
thank you, Ramon.
Thanks, Ramon.
See, but the point is,
trying
when
to
she
get her
said
to
that's
understand.
federal, it's not district money, it's federal money. That's still money. It's taxpayer
No,
money.
it's Obama money. Obama money. You heard about that?
9:54. Back after this.
89 WLS.
9:59. Jake Hartford in with John Cass, in for Bruce and Dan. When we come back, we're going to talk about a state where the unemployment is only 3% and also chia pets. All that and more right here in 89 WLS.